Alright guys, so welcome back to this YouTube channel. So in this video I'm about to be breaking down a full inducement strategy. Alright, so as you can see on my screen right now, you can see that I'm currently on a trade which is about giving about 1:7, and currently this trade is already at 1:4, 1:5. I think this trade is already at 1:4. Alright, currently trading at 1:3 point 1:3, let's just say 1:4. All right, so that's where this price is currently trading at. So this strategy I'm about to review is one of the key strategies that can actually take your trading win rate to about 80% in the forex market. All right, as you can see, we have a lot of examples that we're going to go over, but first of all, let us touch the basics. All right, so I don't know how you are going to understand inducements if you don't know the basics. All right, we have a lot of things to cover up in this particular video, but we're going to be taking them step by step so you can understand how the strategy actually works and how I actually execute these trades in the forex market live. All right, so first of all, let's talk trend. All right, trend, as basic as this is, as basic as this looks, many people don't even understand how market structure really works. All right, so let me just do a quick crash course on market structure. As you can see in this particular side, we have a bullish market, and when we are having a bullish market, we tend to be looking for buys. All right, we want market to be heading up to the upside. All right, so first of all, you can see we are creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All right, so now this is very basic. All right, so I don't need to really go into deep explanation for you to know that this is a break of structure, a break of structure, a break of structure, and these are all our protected lows. Like guys, when we see these lows being taken out, that means the market trend is changing. All right, very simple, very basic. All right, but what people don't really understand is that there's a lot of manipulation and traps in the market that a lot of traders don't even understand. Many of you might see this first low, this first protected low, and then when you see it's being taken out, you feel like the trend is already over. Meanwhile, it's not always the case. You get to see price reach a certain POI and then head to the upside. That's where inducement comes in. All right, that's exactly inducement trap. All right, so if you can understand this, your trading accuracy rate is going to skyrocket to about 80% win rate. All right, so on the Telegram group today, I dropped an analysis. So if you're already there, you know that we saw something pretty similar on, I think, USD JPY. Yeah, we saw something pretty similar on USD JPY, but I don't want to be switching a lot of pairs because I just want this video to be very straightforward and not too long. All right, I don't want this video to be long, so we'll just go through the necessary things and then we'll go to the chart. So same stuff, bearish market, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and you can see we're trading down, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, protected low, protected low, protected low. When we see something like this, a lot of traders, let me just say majority of traders, see this low being taken out and call it a change of character. Meanwhile, it's not the case, it is just a trap. All right, so now that we understand the trend, let's go to the next slide in this strategy. So first of all, exactly what I just explained. All right, but this is a little bit advanced. All right, this diagram is a little bit advanced. So as you can see on this chart, price is coming from the upside. All right, as price is coming from the upside, you can see we had a pullback. All right, and now we have broken a structure, meaning this is a bullish trend. All right, so this is a bullish trend. All right, and want to be looking for the buys. Okay, so then we traders are seeing price take out this low. As you can see, price has taken out this low. A lot of traders are now looking for the sell. All right, they're now looking for the sell. Why we that understand inducement, all right, we are going to be looking at this zone or any other available POI in the chart to be taking our buys. So if you don't understand how POIs actually work and how to draw your POIs to know where you take the trades, maybe I'll do a video on that also. Then same stuff, same stop, only in the bearish scenario, coming from the downside. All right, coming from the downside, and price has taken this out. So the first low is always the inducement. Right, after price take out the first low, price looks for the nearest POI or a valid POI, and then continue heading to the downside. So don't be fooled by these traps. All right, so we have two types of inducements. All right, we have two types of inducement. This is the first one. All right, the first one is what we are going to be going over. First of all, we're going to be going over the first one. Many people confuse it and miss a lot of trades, and some of them even get hit, stop loss hits. All right, so don't misinterpret it. So I want to break down the two different type of inducement, at least the type I trade. Okay, so this is the first one. Price coming from the upside, like this, and then we see this break. A lot of traders, as usual, seeing this as a change of character. This is just like the regular one. All right, this is just like the regular one. Okay, and then we have another one, which it is not just where price doesn't give available liquidity at this side. Okay, so as you can see, we have a low here at this side that price can take out, all right, as liquidity before hitting the POI in type 1 and go head to the upside. Okay, but on this side we don't have a liquidity, like we don't have a low so that price can take out. So either we have two options right here. Either price takes out this previous low, that's a lot of traders seeing here as a buy, and either price take it out and then hit all of them stop loss, or price do something like this. Hold on. Or price create something like this, like a pullback here. This would now be our new inducement zone. All right, this low, it will now be our inducement zone. So one price will take it out, hit this POI, and then head to the upside. So this is very, 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 very simple. Okay, very, very simple. So let me just head to the chart in case if you don't understand this diagram, but this is very, very simple stuff, and if you understand this, your trades are going to be highly accurate. All right, so let me start from the back. Okay, let me see if I have other trades. Okay, so let's start from here. So if you can spot this in the chart, this is going to be like a game changer. I don't care where you put your TP, but as long as you understand where to enter, all right, that's the important thing. A lot of people understand this strategy and they take their TP all the way down, catching a lot of huge move. All right, it is not wrong. Okay, but I'm just going to teach you the safe way to do this. Okay, the safe way to do this. All right, so as you can see on this slide, we have our regular break of structure. In this case, this was a change of character. All right, but we have this high as our inducement. All right, we have this high as our inducement, and we have this whole POI in which price has hit, and now price is heading to the downside. So simple stuff. That was type 1. So whenever I spot type 2 inducement setup, I'm going to be letting you know so you can understand it, so you don't get lost. All right, so still type 1. As you can see, price creating its broke structure. This is our inducement low, so I want this low to be taken out. A price took out the low where the price came to our POI, and then you can enter the buys and target it to the upside. So very, 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 very simple stuff. So as you can see, same stuff, just understand it. Like I can literally wake up from sleep and still spot these inducement zones. All right, because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. And now I'm not saying you should start trading only these inducement zones, but you should understand when to actually take these trades. All right, so same stuff. So you can see, notice something, that we have been taking our profits at the nearest high. All right, even in the diagram, same stuff. All right, let me just show you in the diagram. Okay, same stuff. You can see the nearest high. Look at it. Price take out this high. All right, price take out this low. All right, so it is simple stuff. Know when to enter, know when to exit. But if you already have an entry and an exit strategy, you can also use that. All right, you can also use that. Just whatever works for you, but be able to spot this setup. All right, so we have price breaking this structure here. So this is type 2. All right, so for those of you looking for the type 2 setup, this is the type 2 for the example. All right, so price took out. Price was just heading straight, not creating any structure like this. But you can see after price pull back here, price could have taken out this low, this POI, and hit the stop loss, but price now created the second leg, creating the inducement at this point, which is type 2, hitting this POI. All right, hitting this POI, and then you can target to the upside. So in this particular trade, I didn't target this side. All right, so I located my rebound zone. Right, if you don't know what a rebound zone is I break down most of the complicated things in the Telegram channel. So just make sure you just join the Telegram channel. Make sure you join the Telegram channel, because a lot of signals I'll be telling you when to buy and when to sell in during the week. All right, during the week. Sometimes you don't even need my own analysis. You just need to know what I'm saying in the market and what you are also saying in the market. All right, that way you can compile it together, and then you can take high probability trades. All right, there's nothing like when two traders are rubbing minds together. All right, look at my analysis, do your analysis. Sometimes if you are lost in the market, and we can also give you signals like buy euro USD, buy XAU USD, that will be also good, but use risk management. All right, I don't want anyone to lose their fund and say the setup didn't hit while you were risking all your accounts in just one trade. All right, it's not making sense. All right, so this is type 2. This is also type 2. If you can spot type 2, you already know. I don't need to tell you, like, I already broke this down. All right, this is one of the best things I found out during my trading, this inducement stuff. All right, you can see no leg to be taken out. What did price do? Price created that liquidity. So this was the liquidity here. Price tapped on a POI and then head to the upside. In this case also, I also used the rebound. So this is still the rebound zone I was talking about. All right, it's another rebound zone. Okay, so okay, so this will be one of the last examples. Same stuff. I don't need to say it twice before you know that this is type 1. Okay, you can see bullish, tricking traders, taking out the inducement, came to our POI. Maybe I'll do a video on POI, so you know where to put your POI. All right, you know where to put your POI, and then head to the upside. Simple stuff. You don't need to overcomplicate things with thread line and the rest. Now just use this stuff, and then you target it and you head to the upside. Okay, very simple. As you can see, I'm currently on this trade. All right, so let me quickly explain this one also. So notice that we have a POI at this point. This was our inducement. All right, so price was coming from the downside. Now created leg. Now this is our inducement zone. So when price took it out, I knew we were already about to be selling, so I took a sell, taking it down this low. Alright, so the chart is looking too messed up, but I don't want the video to be too long. That's why. So same stuff. I'm currently on this trade, but I already closed it out because today is Friday and I don't want those kind of weekend skips. Alright, so if you don't understand this thing, simple stuff. Right, hit our POI, took out inducement, and that was what made me enter the trade. I also have an entry model. If you are still watching this video, that's a good thing. It means that you are clearly interested in trading. I also have an entry model. That entry model is key, for real. It's key. It's killer. Alright, it is big killer. Alright, so once you have the entry model and you can add it to this inducement strategy, trust me, your trading is going to go, it's going to skyrocket, for real. It's going to skyrocket. So the entry model, maybe I'm going to just draw it out on like a white plain sheet, white plain screenshot, and then draw out the entry model. But I'm going to be posting it on the Telegram channel today, or whenever I send this video. You can just click it and you check it. You still find the entry model. There are rules that I imply to my strategy, so that when I see a market doing certain thing, I stay off the market, and when the market is doing what I actually want, and then I execute. Alright, so that's just it. Whichever topic, if it is inducements or maybe trend line or any other thing, you can update it on the comment section, and I'll just do a video on that.